Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the NBA slate on DraftKings and Yahoo for Wednesday, January the 9th. We have a 10-game Wednesday slate. I'm going to go through each position, talk about some of my favorite plays on this 10-game slate, the guys that I see the night before that really catch my eye that I feel like I'm going to be playing in a lot of my lineups. Of course, I'll give my core 5 plays, 5 guys I expect to have a lot of exposure to on both DraftKings and Yahoo. The 5 plays may differ, so make sure you're tuning in for both sites if you do play on both sites. But yeah, before we do get started, I would appreciate it if you guys would drop a like on the video, and if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, so that way you won't miss out on any of my new uploads. But starting off at point guard, we got James Harden at the top here. Gets a spot at home against the Bucks. He's $12,200 on DraftKings, pretty expensive. On Yahoo, he's shooting guard eligible, and he has $59 over here. I still expect to have a lot of exposure to James Harden today, especially if the value opens up. Right now, there is some value that I see. We do have guys on back-to-backs, like the Suns are on a back-to-back. Devin Booker, if he plays today, if he's out again, that could open up value. Kevin Huerter missed for the Hawks, and the Hawks are on a back-to-back, so if he misses again, that could open up some value. Since they are on back-to-backs, both the Hawks and the Suns, I'm going into this slate thinking that Booker's going to miss again and that Huerter's going to miss again. So that does open up some value that I see to where it is pretty easy to fit in Harden. Even on Yahoo at $59 where he's pretty expensive as well, I'm still going to have him in a ton of my lineups. Just right now, with the amount of volume Harden's seeing, the amount of minutes he's playing, he's just such a good play on a nightly basis. $12,200 feels like a lot to pay, but the guy's giving you pretty much a 55, 60-point floor. Even on rough shooting nights, even on just rough nights overall, you're still getting a pretty high floor out of James Harden. He's pretty much the Russell Westbrook from like 2-3 years ago when Kevin Durant was out, where Westbrook was like 13K on a nightly basis. He was like 13, 14K on a nightly basis, and you just, you felt scared to not play him. It's kind of how it feels right now with Harden. I would feel really scared to not have exposure to Harden, because even on his rough nights, he can still go out there and put up 60 fantasy points. Sees a massive usage rate without Chris Paul and Eric Gordon on the court. Just going to do so much for this Rockets team. Great spot here against a Bucks team that does play fast. Obviously, the matchup for Harden here is not that great. Milwaukee does have a very solid defense, but I expect this game to be high scoring. I expect it to be competitive. It does have a pretty high total at 225. I like this spot a lot for James Harden. Hard to avoid, even at an expensive price tag. There's cheap plays I like, so gonna have exposure to him on DraftKings and Yahoo. Even in a rough, I would say he had a rough game last game against Denver and still put up 64 DraftKings points. He shot 38% from the field, had 32, 14, and 5, played 40 minutes. I'd expect a similar line out of Harden, probably even a better line. So, going to have a ton of exposure to James Harden. Love him today on the slate. Ben Simmons at 9,100, probably not a guy I'm going to be playing a ton just because I like Harden so much. Kind of the same can be said with Dame Lillard, with Kyrie Irving. Devin Booker, I expect probably sits again, so not going to be going to him. Victor Oladipo, don't really like the spot. The guy I do want to talk about, though, in the mid-tier is D'Angelo Russell. He's $7,600 on DraftKings. I think he's a pretty good play over here. But on Yahoo, where D'Angelo Russell is only $26, he's cheaper than Chris Dunn. He's right around the price range as Lonzo Ball. He's cheaper than Mike Conley. I think D'Angelo Russell is probably one of my favorite plays on Yahoo. In my 10 Yahoo lineups, I expect to have Russell in at least like probably 4 or 5, if not more than that. Love the matchup here at home against a Hawks team that we know really struggles defensively. Overall, point guard defensively, very bad. Trae Young is not a good defender. The Hawks have struggled all year to defend point guards, and obviously they play at a very fast pace. Great spot for D'Angelo Russell. He torched this team earlier this year, putting up 56 DraftKings points in 29 minutes against the Hawks. I don't think you're point chasing here, going off what Russell did in that last game against the Hawks. I would not be surprised if he puts up another 50-burger. The Hawks are just so bad defensively. They play at such a fast pace that it is such a good spot for Russell. At $7,600 on DraftKings, I don't expect him to be insanely popular today, so I do like him quite a bit, especially in tournaments. On Yahoo, I would honestly play D'Angelo Russell in cash games with his price tag being $26. That just feels way too cheap for the upside that he brings in this matchup. Love him on both sides. And now let's kind of talk about some value since we hit on the studs and the mid-tier plays. Going down cheaper, looking for value plays. Not really a ton stands out to me. I don't think this is a position where I'm going to be playing a lot of value. Like, you have Austin Rivers down here who's playing 40 minutes a night, but Obviously, Rivers is not the highest floor or ceiling play. Even at 4,500, I've been playing Rivers a lot lately. Hasn't really gone that well. Probably going to get off him today. I feel like there's going to be better value. Dennis Smith Jr., kind of the same thing. He's questionable right now. If he were to play, I guess you could go to him against the Suns. It is a good matchup. But the guy I think I would probably play is DeAnthony Melton at 4,300. If you want to play him as a value option, I do like him quite a bit today if Devin Booker is out. We do need that Booker news right now as I'm recording this video. Tuesday night, we got the news Booker was out Tuesday. Don't know if he's going to play Wednesday. Like I said, it is a back-to-back. I think he probably sits again since it's a back-to-back, but don't really know right now. But if he is out, I do like Melton quite a bit. The guy that I really want to touch on, though, is Jeremy Lin. So right now, Jeremy Lin is a question. Don't really know if he's going to be a guy we want to play. This is kind of news-dependent. Kevin Huerter did miss on Tuesday, and Jeremy Lin got the start for Kevin Huerter. Right now, as I'm recording this video, it's about halftime in that game, and I think Lin played like 16 or 17 minutes in the first half. So he's on pace to play about 33 to 34 minutes in that game Tuesday night against the Raptors. If Huerter is out again, I expect Lin starts and probably plays about 30, 32 minutes. At 4,200, Jeremy Lin does have a lot of upside if he's going to get 30 to 32 minutes. It is a revenge game for him facing the Nets. He did used to play for the Nets. Lin is still cheap at 4,200. I love him on this slate as a value play if we do get the news that Kevin Huerter is out again. If Kevin Huerter does play, you're definitely going to want to take Lin out. I don't expect Lin to play more than like 22, 23 minutes if Huerter plays. So then you could go to a guy like Melton, who's a good option if Booker's out. You could go up to Rivers if you want to go there. You could go to Dennis Smith Jr. But I think my favorite value here would definitely be Jeremy Lin today if we do get the news Kevin Huerter is going to sit again. But yeah, that's it for point guard value. Let's touch on some shooting guard plays now. So at the top here, you got Bradley Beal at 8,900. Facing the Sixers team that they faced on Tuesday night. It is a back-to-back for both of these teams. They're doing like the thing where Philadelphia plays at home and then Philadelphia will travel to Washington and Washington will get to play at home. So same matchup for Beal as Tuesday night. I did play a little bit of him, not a ton, but at 8,900, it does feel a little bit too cheap. I kind of misspoke in Tuesday's video. 8,900 for Bradley Beal is probably too cheap when just with the amount of usage he's seeing right now with John Wall off the court. Only concern here is that the game blows out and Washington just can't hang with Philly, but Washington is getting this matchup at home, and I think that makes it more likely to be competitive. So I do like Bradley Beal today. Not a guy that's going to be like my first guy in, but if he fits into my lineup, I do not have a problem at all putting Bradley Beal in. But I do want to talk about some other shooting guard plays. Jimmy Butler at 7,200 I like quite a bit. I like him a lot on Yahoo. Played a decent amount of him on Tuesday because small forward was just really bad. He's $31 on Yahoo. He does stand out to me quite a bit if you want to go to him at this price range. Talking about some value though, not really a ton of value that I love at shooting guard, at least looking at DraftKings plays. Not a lot of guys stand out to me. I do want to talk about DeAndre Bembry. I don't really like him on DraftKings at 4,600. I think he's an okay play, but not a priority for me. But over on Yahoo, where DeAndre Bembry is only $12, I really like him quite a bit over here. I expect Josh Jackson's going to be very popular again if Devin Booker is out, which could give DeAndre Bembry a little bit lower ownership. I expect if Kevin Huerter misses today, Bembry's going to probably play 30-plus minutes. He's already been playing big minutes with both Taurean Prince and Kent Bazemore out, and we know those guys are going to be out for a while. If Huerter misses, we should see a few more minutes for Bembry. Even if Huerter plays, I still like Bembry a lot on Yahoo at $12. At 4,600, it would kind of depend on whether Huerter plays. If Huerter sits, I don't mind playing Bembry. If Huerter plays, Bembry would probably be a guy I'd get away from. I'd probably feel better going somewhere else. But on Yahoo, where he's still close to minimum price, DeAndre Bembry at a pretty weak small forward position makes a ton of sense for me. Josh Jackson I also really like again if Devin Booker's out. We'll talk more about him when we go over to small forward on DraftKings. But I think that's it for shooting guard. Let's go ahead and move on to small forward now. So small forward today, we do have Giannis at the top here, 11,100 in a matchup against the Rockets. I don't mind Giannis today. He is $1,100 cheaper than James Harden on DraftKings. But I don't know if that's enough savings for me to want to go down from Harden to Giannis. If I can fit in multiple studs, or if I can game stack this and I can play Harden and Giannis, I'll try and do so. But right now, James Harden is the stud that I want to pay up for. I don't see myself playing a ton of Giannis today. I want to talk about the Suns here at small forward. I think these are the guys we're probably going to be going to. So T.J. Warren I played quite a bit of on Tuesday because Booker was out. If Booker sits again Wednesday, I expect T.J. Warren at 7,100 to be a guy I play a decent amount of. On DraftKings, he's not as necessary because his price did rise a bit, but over on Yahoo, T.J. Warren is still really cheap. He's cheaper than Markkanen. He's cheaper than Gordon. He's cheaper than John Collins. He's right in the price range of Otto Porter. Love T.J. Warren over here, especially if Booker is out. Even if Booker plays, I could see playing some T.J. Warren on Yahoo at $25 because really you only need about 35 to 36 points for him to be a good play at this price tag. And he's been getting that lately with Booker in. If Booker sits, you get more usage, a few more minutes for T.J. Warren, just more opportunity. I expect him to be one of my highest owned players again if Devin Booker is out today, which, like I said, with it being a back-to-back, I expect Booker probably sits again. So I do like T.J. Warren quite a bit all around. I do want to talk about Josh Jackson, though. I played him a pretty decent amount on Tuesday night. Like I said, again, going back to the Suns, if Booker sits again, going to be going right back to these guys. Right now, as I'm recording this video Tuesday night, that game is about to start. So I don't know how these guys are doing. Even if they do bad Tuesday night, I'll probably be going back to the well. Because when you take Booker off the court, there's just so much usage to go around, so much shot opportunities to go around. Josh Jackson obviously going to soak up some of that. With his price increasing to $5,200 on DraftKings, he's not as much of a lock as he has been, as he was kind of on Tuesday, where he was only like 4,700 or 4,800, I think. Even at 5,200, though, I still feel like he's a pretty good play. On Yahoo, his price didn't move. He was $13 Tuesday night. He's still $13 again. And I think he's a great play again over on Yahoo if Devin Booker is out today. Josh Jackson benefits a lot when Booker's out, moves into the starting lineup, plays a lot more minutes. I expect he probably plays about 32, 33 minutes on Tuesday night, and I expect about the same amount of minutes on Wednesday night if Booker sits. So love Jackson at small forward, like Warren as well if you want to play him here. I do want to talk about another value play, though, that I like at small forward, kind of a punt play. Evan Turner, $3,900 on DraftKings. I do like as a value option. I expect he benefits a lot today with Mo Harkless already being ruled out. Turner does move into the starting lineup when Harkless sits. I expect Turner starts today and probably plays about 30 minutes. And it is a really good matchup with the Bulls. Turner's only $3,900. For him to be a good play, you probably want about 26 to 30 fantasy points out of him to be a good play. Especially in tournaments and cash games, you probably want about 24, 25. But in tournaments, if he can get 27, 28 points at this price, he could definitely be a good play. And he did start for Harkless in that matchup against Houston and played 31 minutes and put up 27 DraftKings points. I expect probably similar production out of Turner here, probably about the same amount of minutes, and could easily put up 27 fantasy points again with Harkless out for this game. So I do like Evan Turner quite a bit on DraftKings at $3,900. Over on Yahoo, he's $11 at small forward, and I don't think he's as necessary over here because DeAndre Bembry is a guy that I definitely prefer for just $1 more. And if Devin Booker's out, I would try and find the $2 to get up to Josh Jackson. But if you do need a value play at small forward, I still like Evan Turner on Yahoo where he is $11. On DraftKings, though, where you can play him at shooting guard and small forward, and he's only $3,900, I think he's probably one of the better value plays on this slate. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to power forward now. So we got AD at the top here, 11-5, going up against the Cavs. So really not concerned about a matchup here for Anthony Davis. Only concern you have is that the Cavs are just so bad that they can't hang in this game, and this game's over by the third quarter. I know these teams played a couple games ago, and it was a blowout. They played on the 5th, and the Pelicans won that game by, it looks like, about 33, 34 points, or 35 points. AD only played 29 minutes. He still put up 50 fantasy points in 29 minutes. At 11,500, though, he's just so closely priced to James Harden, where I think I would just rather play James Harden. I don't think I would rather go to Giannis. I would definitely play AD over Giannis, but not going to be playing AD over James Harden today. James Harden is the stud I want. Other power forwards, though, in the mid-range, not a ton stands out to me here. I guess we could go back to Sabonis if Miles Turner sits again. Miles Turner did sit on Tuesday night. I played a lot of Sabonis on Yahoo. He was only $24 Tuesday night. He's still $24 today. So Sabonis is going to be a really good play on Yahoo if Turner is out. Even with his price up to $7,100 on DraftKings, I still think he's a pretty good play. Don't love the matchup with Boston, but Sabonis is just so productive, and you expect he plays more minutes if Miles Turner sits today. So don't mind him in the mid-range. But looking for some other plays at power forward that catch my eye. Not a ton stands out here. A lot of guys I've kind of already talked about. Josh Jackson you can play at power forward. You can play T.J. Warren here. I think you can, or no, you can't play Evan Turner here, but you can play Warren here if you want to go to him in the mid-range. You can always go to a guy like P.J. Tucker just because the minutes are going to be there. I imagine he is the primary guard or primary defender on Giannis, so we should get big minutes out of Tucker here. He's 4,300 though, and he's definitely not a priority for me. But if he fits into your lineup, I never mind playing P.J. Tucker just because he's going to play a ton of minutes. But that's probably it for power forward. Let's quickly go over centers now, and then we'll end the video. So Joel Embiid facing the Washington team that he faced on Tuesday night. Right now, as I'm recording this video, Tuesday night, Embiid's not having the greatest game. I think the third quarter just finished, and Embiid was at like 45 or 46 points. It is a blowout Tuesday night, so Embiid might only finish with like 50, 55. Don't really know. Won't be playing him today, though. His price dropped off of what it was Tuesday night. I think it was $11K on Tuesday. He's 10-8 today. But James Harden was not on yesterday's slate. James Harden is on today's slate, and when James Harden's on a slate right now, he's the guy that I want to pay up for. I would definitely rather try and get up to Anthony Davis if I was going to pay up for one of those top-tier centers. But I really don't like a ton of the expensive centers besides Davis. Maybe some Andre Drummond against the Lakers you could go to. I do like Drummond on Yahoo. He's $34 over here. I think he's a really good play on Yahoo. I'm definitely going to have Drummond in some of my 10 Yahoo lineups at $34. At $8,600 on DraftKings, I don't think he's as necessary, but still does stand out to me. I like that game. I think targeting some guys from Detroit makes sense, going up against the Lakers, playing up in pace. DeAndre Ayton's going to benefit if Booker's out. At $7,900 on DraftKings, I don't think you really have to go there. Over on Yahoo, though, he's still really cheap, $29 over here. Love DeAndre Ayton again. I played a lot of him Tuesday night. If Booker sits, going to play a lot of him again on Wednesday night, especially since his price tag did not move. It's still $29. Like Ayton a ton if Booker sits. Maybe DeAndre Jordan in the mid-range. He's got a great matchup with the Suns. His price tag did rise a lot, though. I played a lot of him in the last slate against the Lakers where he was only $6,100. Felt like he was way underpriced. DraftKings did raise his price $800 up to a nice $6,900 price tag. Not in love with the price tag, but the matchup is really good. Where I think you could go to DeAndre Jordan, but say Miles Turner's out, I would definitely rather play Sabonis for $200 more. But talking about value here, not a ton of value plays really catch my eye at center. Don't really like any value here. Rudy Gay is going to be out, so Jakob Poeltl will probably start, but even when Poeltl started lately, he really hasn't played a ton of minutes, and he hasn't been very productive. So Dado I'd go there. Probably it for center, honestly. So I think that is it for the video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this video, and hopefully it did help you. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you click that like button before we get out of here. I would really appreciate it. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure you do hit that subscribe button down below. And if you have any questions, you can always hit me up on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT, or feel free to leave any comments, any questions you have down below in the comment section. But good luck tonight, guys, on this 10-game slate. We'll see you back again on Thursday with another NBA video. Peace.